If you're in your early 20s or, maybe even older than that, and you really, really want to improve your income, I suggest sales is a really, really good career for you to have a look at. My name's Connor. I've done $34 million worth of business over a 10-year sales career, everything from cold calling out of magazines to 17 to working in tech sales with multiple seven-figure deals in the city of London. And if you're sat there, maybe you've been to university or maybe you've had a career previously and you haven't earned that 80, 90, 100, 150, $200 plus a year, and you're thinking, what's the quickest way in order to earn that money? I would posit to you, I would put it to you that sales is one of the best ways to do it. Now, let's think of why sales is such a good avenue in order for you to earn money. Well, unlike being an architect, unlike being a doctor, there is no barrier to entry to being a fantastic salesperson. Now, don't get me wrong, if you're selling a technical product, maybe you're selling medical products, maybe you're selling pharmaceuticals, tech, for example, they might need you in order to have a degree. However, if you're selling media, it can be advertisements, it can be editorials. It's very unlikely they need you to have a degree in order to get into that field. So when I say sales, you have to think about what's your background. Have you been in admin for a long time? Maybe you are someone that's worked as a receptionist, or maybe you're someone that's worked on a construction site. All of those are industries that need salesperson. All of those are industries that need salespeople. Let's say you've worked on a construction site your whole life. Okay, you might think, well, I've got no qualifications in order to help me in sales. Let's take another extreme example. Let's say you've been in the army and you might think, I've got zero qualifications in order to become a fantastic salesperson. Wrong. You absolutely have some amazing information on that specific field. For example, if you're in the army, there is a whole defense technology industry which you have a huge amount of knowledge in. There are companies such as BAE Systems, of Leonardo, there is Helsing, companies that need people that have an expertise in technical equipment, and they need people in order to sell them. Same with construction. Maybe you've been a bricklayer. Well, there are salespeople making hundreds, if not millions of pounds a year, probably selling construction equipment, the technology behind fleet management, probably selling bricks. Now, a lot of people, they get stuck by the fact that they don't have that skill of sales. Now, I completely understand that, but you can learn that. It's very unlikely you're going to be able to go to university and get a 3-year degree in sales. That degree doesn't exist. And if it does, it's probably absolute rubbish. A lot of salespeople, they learn not necessarily on the job, but they learn with an apprenticeship. You need to get on some sort of training program. Let's say it's in B2B sales. I had a training program where I was straight out of university with a completely pointless degree, and I joined what was basically a publication. And that publication gave me some fantastic initial sales training. They had 2 weeks of me reading a script, doing objection handling with a sales manager, doing mock calls. And then after the 2 weeks, I'm straight on the phones. So you need to find some sort of training program. You need a way into, an avenue that is relevant to you. All I'm trying to say is that don't think that just because you don't have experience in sales or just because you don't have a 3-year degree, that you can't then go into sales and make a lot of money. A lot of the people that have had huge success in sales are not necessarily the people that were the most academically gifted. But it's tough. Sales is not something where, you need a 3-year degree and a whole, sort of entry level into it. The difficulty is the stress, it is the pressure, it is the fact that you can win big, you can also lose big. There's big risks involved. But you've got to have that hunger, you've got to have that determination inside of you to go, okay, you know what? I want to go for my goal. And there's going to be stress, there's going to be troubles along the way, but whatever life throws at me, I'm going to be able to overcome it. But it starts with you going, okay, I want to earn that extra money, because sales is that industry where you're going to be earning double, triple, quadruple what your friends are earning in a normal dead end 9-to-5 job. Sales is as close as you can get to being an entrepreneur without actually being an entrepreneur. So look, If you want any more information on how to get into sales, feel free to DM me, message me. I love talking about sales. It's literally my whole bloody life. So let me know. Happy to, answer any questions. Make sure you like and subscribe. It really helps with the algorithm in the channel. Peace. See you soon.